Good morning, Vele. I was the first to see. How have you been? Hope you can hear me. Everybody clear? Morning, Emily. Okay, let's go over what we saw and what's happening right now. Let's take a look. So previous day, high and low is intact still. Nothing's happened yet. We're still at the same level like yesterday. Look, if we are trading into a 4-hour, we can see we had a few inside days right here. We're trading into a 4-hour for Valley Gap. We took our previous day high actually 2 days ago. Actually, we took out a high and then we on CPI and then we started just chopping around in this movement because this was previous Monday's high actually. We took it out on CPI. We came back and then started chopping around. So we are inside trading right now. So be a bit careful. The market will show its hand soon enough. They just need liquidity right now. They're just building up a huge amount of liquidity to push the market in a certain direction. At this point, the market is still moving upwards. So we came up, we took out a high, we got rejected of the high, we came back again, and now we are trading inside a 4-hour and 1-hour for Valley Gap. We didn't take out lows yet, so for me, the market is still moving up right now. The only thing I don't like is that we got rejected twice of that high. But if we have to follow order flow, we're still moving up right now, so at this point, looking for logs, but I do want to see a certain direction because we are trading ranged right now for a few days already. Actually, from here already, we're trading ranged. So we're just inside a box. And that means that we are just going from up, down, and so on, of course. So we want to be careful right now. We want to see a clear movement before doing anything. I didn't take a trade yesterday because there was actually not really anything to trade off. We could have taken a trade on that 1 hour for Valley Gap, put that stop at the low and went to the highs, but I didn't feel it, so I just left it alone. Now let's take a look where we at. So we are trading. So we had here a break of structure to the upside. Nice clean 15-minute, a huge bullish candle, by the way. We took out some liquidity. No, we still have that buy side liquidity right here. And we came in all the way back to the lows. So there is a huge possibility that we move up from here. I want to see if we do, how it moves. Just like that, a half hour. We didn't tap the low, so it's definitely possible that we move up from here. So let's be a bit careful. Let's see what happens if we can move up. This would definitely be something I would dare to trade off just to those highs right here. Looks nice. We're just 8 minutes in open, so this is the first 15 minutes of open. Let's add out Asia low first and Asia high. Yeah, this definitely looks like it wants to go up higher, so my main first target would be this one, of course. Let's see how much is the stop. It's about 12 points. Another fan trading straight out of open when I'm just got after the screen, but this actually looks pretty nice. Let's see how much we can get out of this one. I'm gonna give it a little bit more patience before doing anything, just because I'm just behind the market or just after the charts. I'm not really a fan just jumping in a trade straight out of opening my charts. Because we could sweep this one more time and we still have like a small for value gap down here. Let's see if this market wants to do that, yes or no, and then follow that direction. I want to be patient until 9:15 comes, and we have that opening range being taken care of. And then we'll take a look if we find anything today. Hope everybody's doing okay. Morning, Boemans. So I got an announcement to make too. By the end of the month, the live calls will stop. They will no longer be part of my journey. Only on Discord. I'll probably take a live call once or twice a week if somebody asks it. But it will no longer be on YouTube either. I believe I gave him more than enough info already to everybody. And now it's time to scale it up and actually let people know what value we give already. So I'm sure everybody understands fully. But same for the course that was online on like $97 right now. It will be online until the end of the month, until that price, and then it goes back to the normal price. It's more than its value worth. So I try to do one or maybe two max live calls in Discord. Let's see how it ends up. Anybody from the bootcamp still welcome, of course. I'll listen to you guys which times you prefer that I do, and I'll make two educational movies in the meantime too, for the same purposes. If anybody knows a great mentor that I could learn from to scale up my businesses, I would be appreciated too if you share the contact, or if you know anybody that's actually good at it, that has actually a proven record that he can do it. So you all got another 20 days at least trading live with me, and then afterwards Discord. We will do it too. It's just time has come to upgrade, and I cannot be at two places at once, of course. Let's take a look first where ES is. Ooh, silver moved up nicely. $90 for silver point. I got a nice info for a lot of people. Not a lot of humans already know that silver is now at $98. So if you want to have a nice bargain right now, I would go to, if you live in Belgium, go to, how do they call it? A shop where they sell secondhand products and go look for silver. Go look for old school silver where that actually is for sales. They will still sell it at the normal price rate that they usually do. Well, you should actually sell it at $100 a piece. You get a nice income out of it for just buying small stuff at that price. Well, everybody knows silver is already at $90. So we got rejected. So good thing that we didn't jump in straight out of open into that trade. The only thing that I feel like if it wants to sweep one more time, take out our low and actually end up here in that 2-minute or 3-minute value gap right here that we still have right here. I believe it will stop at that level and then it will continue up. So Bitcoin's up nicely. We will see 100,000 very soon. I don't believe we will ever see 60,000 again. The 88,000, that was like the mark that I believed that we could hit. If we're lucky, it takes it out one more time. And if you're very, I'm now pronouncing very much luck that we ever get to this little gap that's still open. That would be 63,000. If you ever get to that level, I would say buy the hell out of it. Sorry, guys, for the language. Buy as much as you can buy at that point because you will never see it at that price again. I don't even believe that we will get there. And the next rally that we see, it will be one that you will never have seen before. I see the next year, 250,000 Bitcoin is very much in the cards. If they don't suppress it, like they did with silver for a very long time. Like silver, they suppressed it for years. Look how long this took before we ever came to that high again. So for 2011, we came to a price of $47 that we hit back to like 12. We stayed there for a huge amount of time, and it took to 2026 before we even get to that level. So this took 15 years to get there. Now we're starting to move. This is what they do if they suppress price factually. So this was price that was suppressed for a long time, and people believed that silver was less valuable than gold, and actually it wasn't. And then now they have to let it go because they cannot longer suppress it anymore. This could head up to like a $200 price. This will be the same with Bitcoin. So on the monthly view, you can see we have one small gap just below this wick that we could tap, but I don't believe we will ever get there. If we do, like I said, you can call yourself very lucky that you will ever have that price again. The only thing is we started right now in trading, and we are actually again on look, I'm going to be very honest right now. It's not really a great opportunity to trade. The first of all reason for me is we've been chopping all day, all week. We trade an expansion movement, so we don't have the huge advantage right now. We don't have an advantage right now because of the market is just going sideways, and I want to see a clear movement before we do anything. So if we take our previous day low, I want to see what kind of reaction do we have. Do we fully fall down and take the move back up because we have swept 1, 2, 3 times the lows? So the market definitely wants to move up because they don't have the pressure yet or don't have the selling power yet to move the market very far, because every time it comes here, it gets bought up immediately. So for me, there's a lot of buying right here, and I believe the market will definitely push up. But if it takes up, what does it need? Does it need to take previous day low one more time, or does it continue immediately? So for that, we need to be patient. And the last few days in London, it didn't move a lot. So always look at a bit ahead too. So if you see that London didn't move very much, make sure that you do see a clear movement before doing anything. So this is knowing when to trade and when not to trade, because it will help you in the long run to keep your capital, what you already have made. And if the market doesn't show you what you want to see, just be okay with it. Let it go for a while, and in a week or two, we will see the opposite again. So what have I recently noticed in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency going sideways, NASDAQ moves like hugely up, and opposite. So when cryptocurrency is moving up, I see NASDAQ going sideways. So keep that in mind. I've been seeing this now for more than a year, the same movements constantly over and over again. So they switch like back and front. For now, I'll just be patient, see what happens. Like you can see, it did not happen a lot in the last hour. So even if you went online from 8 o'clock, look, we should not even have the trade. So I believe it will go up right here, but I want to see it clearly before I do anything. Let's take a look if we have news today. I have not yet taken a look at that. So we do. We have core PPI at 2:30 again. So we have, again, news at 2:30. So there is a possibility that we go sideways until then. So always keep in mind, if we have huge news events, that there is always a possibility that we do not have a huge, we do not have a huge expansion before that. And then we get this kind of movement. This was actually a liquidity grab. So that means that people were trapped on both sides and they just taken out everything. They need this because they need both of the contracts to move the market in a certain direction. And it does not make any logical sense how this market moves then. So I'm not a fan of CPI. You can trade it perfectly fine, but I'm not a fan of news. I prefer the normal days. It goes more in a steady way. Monday we had a huge opportunity right here that we could have traded. I took a wrong turn, but still got a break even. But if you were in the afternoon here, that would have been a great trade. So I got one break even this week and have not traded yet. Oh, for the rest of the week. That went in the wrong road. Oh. But if I see anything, I'll definitely take the opportunity to have a nice trade, of course. And the thing is, we don't actually have any 15-minute fair value gaps right here too, so I actually don't have an entry point. The only thing that we can be right now is patient until we see a clear direction of the market. I do believe we go up because this was a break. We hold, we didn't take out the high, we came back, we came into it. So for me, the logical way is that the market should move up to here and take out that buy side liquidity to move the markets up further. But we got plenty of time. We just did like 25 minutes. So good morning, Francesco. I'll be right back. I'll take myself a drink. We've still got another 4 or 5 minutes before we have a close. I need a clear direction before I do anything anyways. So we're going to take our previous day low and see what happens that if we have a swing back up that we could take a long to previous day high. But for now, we're just sitting here and actually moving like 5 points. So not much that we can trade off. And I'm sure everybody sees that this is not the best place to take a trade right now. Just relax and be calm and wait until the market ends. This was a nice movement. We could have taken something, but nothing actually came into these fair value gaps. So we'll probably finish these off soon now. If we move up and we take out that high and we get a 5-minute fair value gap, we could put our stop at that low and then target this high. We definitely have enough movements. That would be a 40-point move, and we only have like a 10-point stop, so that would be a 3R. Well, I do want to see us take out this high, so we made a new structure to the upside. So if we take out this high, we made a new breakout structure to the upside in a 5-minute based. Then I want to see a fair value gap inside, and I want to see a continuation movement then to the upsides. But if we start dropping, I want us to take out previous day low before we do anything. So those are the only two options that I see right now. So I do hope, look, if you're watching these kind of markets, You should not be trading. If you see this, just let it be like it should be. You cannot trade this. Maybe on a 2 minute or 1 minute. Yeah, but most of the people will give money away. So if you see this kind of market, identify it as a chopped market and let it go. Come back tomorrow then if you're not a person that has the patience to sit here for 2 hours and do nothing. Come back tomorrow then and be patient until you do see an expansion. Or come back in an hour or something like that until you see a clear movement. It's a point that will make you a lot of money without giving anything to the market. If you're new to the group, I'm John. I've been doing this for 5 years plus, so it's not the first time I've been trading, and I've seen a lot. And actually, it's not easy to get in this space anymore and get recognition for anything that you do. There are so many people out there talking that you can be a millionaire overnight and make a huge amount of money with trading. That is fully correct. You can make a huge amount of money with trading. The only thing is, they let it sound like it's so easy. And I'm 100% sure everybody in here that's been following me long enough knows it's not that easy like it sounds. So if you ever have heard a mentor or anybody speak like you can make 10,000 every day, ask them that they can show a track record of making those trades daily and for how long. They probably won't tell you that they've been trading for 5 years before they actually made it. I got the luck that I actually uh, could read markets immediately. I don't know how, I don't know why, but something in me can just read the markets. And I'm very grateful for that I can do this. That's why I share my knowledge and I'm here every day. At least not for another 20 days. And after those 20 days, it will be in Discord for a few more months, probably, maybe once or twice a week, then instead of 3 times. And afterwards, it will be only on invitations or somebody that actually wants my mentorship fully. So be grateful while you still have the chance for learning it. Yeah, I've been doing streams now for 7 months, I believe. Every day. Or what? I believe 4 months, 3, 4. I believe 5 months I've been streaming daily, and then now the last 2 months I've been doing it. The last month I've been doing it 3 days a week. And these live calls will be online forever, so go rewatch them. There is more than enough value in them. Yeah, it will take you some time to go over them. They're not chopped down, so you will have to have some patience until you listen to all of them. But you'll learn a lot. So the market decides to move lower right here. I'm going to be patient until we take our previous day low. I want to see how we act off of it. So if you do have any questions for me, just ask. I'm more than welcome to help. But if you watch this on a 4-hour base, look, this was very chopped, guys. So on a 4-hour base, we don't have a clear direction right now. So I would recommend you always to watch a higher time frame and see what the market is doing right now. So in this higher time frame, the market is doing really nothing. And that's been from Wednesday, the 7th of January until now. That's about 7 days. And I did not take a lot of trades either. It's just, I prefer this kind of movement or this kind of movement to upsides so that we actually have a continuation movement or a down movement. It doesn't matter. But if you're doing this, there's not much to trade off. So remember that this will keep your capital for a very long time this way. It's better to not trade these kind of markets and take a week off, let your brain go down a bit and have fun in the meantime, and make sure that you still have your capital, than trading something that you think you see something. You do need to see your plan play out before you can do anything, and this is nothing that I'm trading off right now. My main thing is trading a continuation play. That means I need a 50-minute shift in structure. So I need a break of structure, first of all. Then I need a fair value gap, and then I need an entry. And that fair value gap needs to be below 50%. So but at this moment, I don't see anything. We just took an internal liquidity right now. So this was internal liquidity that we have swept. We take now the high, we came into a void, we got rejected off of it, and now the market is moving. I'll probably see that 3-minute fair value gap that was down here that we could hit. And then we actually had a full retracement of this move. So this was the move up, we made a break, we came back to almost 7-8. The reason why I didn't enter this trade to the long is because we have a small fair value gap just on a 7-8 level. I want to see if we hit this level, how do we act? And if we don't, then we move up directly. We'll be patient until we get a fair value gap and then join the movement, because then we're going for this one. Definitely we will take out this buy side liquidity. That would be the TP1. This candle's high would be TP1, and then afterwards, this one. That would be full TP. The down movement, we got previous day low. If we see that we have a huge expansion lower, we could jump in a trade, and then we will probably target this low. It will depend on how strong that movement is. So always know if you're trading, the opportunities will always present themselves. You just, as a trader, your job is doing one thing: have patience until that opportunity shows itself, and then take that opportunity. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. And in the meantime, all these candles in between, you do not touch them. You don't need them. You need to be patient until that one candle shows you what it does. Can you explain your starts, what you're looking for? Yeah, of course. I'm looking for a break of structure. So this is a BOS. So here, that's a break of structure to the upside. So what did we do? We had a break of structure. And what does the market do then? It comes back to fair value of price. That's the first thing. What you do then, you take your FIB tool and you enter the movement that is now. So this was the movement that the market did. It went up. We had a sideways movement, and then the market comes back to where? First of all, that 50 level. The 50 level means we got a fair price, this level right here. That means that we got actually a fair price for our entry. So once the market hits that level, that could be an entry straight off of this and putting your stop at that low. That would mean that you have a 60-point stop, definitely doable. If the market continues the direction where it was headed, this should be the point where it reacts off. The second, we have a 0.62 level, and we got a 7.8 level. These three levels are actually the most common levels that the market comes to. And then I look for a 15-minute fair value gap, actually, and we trade it in one right now. We are trading in one. So we're still holding this fair value gap. The only thing is that I see is we have a small 3-minute right here on that 7.8 level. So I believe that we will take out Asia low, come to that level, and then I want to see, do we move immediately back up, or do we take out previous day low? That's where I'm patient for now. Once we do take out this 7.8 level, and I see a structure on a 5-minute base moving back up, I'll just jump in a trade, take a long, and we will hit for Asia high. But not fully Asia high, I want to see actually, that would be my target. The first candle that made the retracements, movements, the body of the candle, not the wick, the body. That would be TP1, and then let the market move its thing. So I'm just watching order flow. So I'm watching how the market moves and actually aiming for the movement to continue in the direction that what it's doing right now. That's all. So the last movement was a down movement. So we came up, we tapped, we took some internal liquidity, we hit a void, and now we're swinging off Asia low. So we probably move down, take here the stance, but it's NQ, and Nasdaq can have those nice spikes sometimes. So we could just as easily jump all the way down, take out previous day low, and then move the market back up. So we have to be a little bit more patient before we jump into a trade. But if we take out this low and we see like a 5-minute shift in structure, we can just jump in straight, stops at the low and target that high. And we can have actually an easy, so say that we enter somewhere in this level, we could stop. That could be an easy 3R that we can make. But that would be first TP, full TP would be up here. So, but that can take like another before this trade fully plays out. So if you are trading with me, always know that it can take a few hours before we hit our full TP. And just be okay with it. If you are a fast trader and want to trade in 1 minute, you're not at the right place here. I can show you a way that you can go to, but I'm not doing that. That's not my kind of thing. Hope I explained a bit what I'm doing. I'm making full episodes of everything, so you can actually follow along. I believe in the next few weeks, all the episodes will be out. There are about 20 or 25 episodes that I'm making, so that you can actually do this by yourself without me holding your hands. And a few of my students are in here that actually do it, and they trade actually ES instead of Nasdaq. and they're actually very good at it. I can only be proud as a mentor that people make money off my teachings. So that's what I do for making sure that they actually gain something out of it. And yes, I log all my trades. So every trade is journaled that I take. I'm only up, no, I'm actually not up this month. I'm on minus 0.2. Yeah, something like that, I believe. I only took like 4 trades. I will already the 14th, so. But we only need like one or 2 good trades, and we get the amount that we need in a month. So being patient is the most important thing in trading. The 4 hour is actually my main guidance. So I use the 4 hour as where the market is moving or moving through, and I use the 15-minute actually as an entry movement. I do enter on a 5-minute for value gap sometimes too, but I don't go any lower than that. It's not really a retracement, it's actually a continuation playment that I do. So it's, or we have a changing character, that's a retracement part, but I prefer not to trade straight off of that changing character. I want to have actually patience until we make a new break of structure and then enter on it. So I'm always waiting for that break of structure, or having patience for that break of structure. Without that break of structure, I don't do anything. Because this is that confirmation where the market is headed to. You can jump in a trade right here and take a long off of it, but nothing is telling you at this point that the market wants to go up. It's just chopping. So as long as I don't see a candle like this forming, we cannot do anything. We just have patience until we see the movement. Because this force of this candle, this is displacement. It has a huge body. That means that there's a lot of force or a lot of buying pressure or buying power into this candle. And this is what drives the market. Then it's headed to liquidity pools. And what kind of liquidity pools do we have right here? We have a huge amount of liquidity just laying above here. So that would be the first target that the market wants to head to, if it wants that liquidity to push the market in a direction. And it left it open, so you can see we had a wick, and we didn't tap it for a few times. So there are all stops above here, and that means that there is a huge pool above it. So if I want to have my TP, I take it a little bit lower. So if the market does touch this, it can have it. I just took my TP right here instead of 3 points higher or 5 points higher. That would make it easier to get your TP. I've seen it go just under that top of that wick and then continue lower, so that's why I take the body of the candle. Out of experience, I know that one gets hit a lot more. Yeah. And now retracement into a prevailing gap. That's it. A very, very simple concept, but it pays, and that's all what it needs to do. It pays my bills, and that's all what I actually need to do. I don't know. It's a very simple concept, but people are not able to keep at one sort of trading strategy long enough to actually fully understand it and keep doing it. People want to jump from want to jump from order blocks to for value gaps to other stuff and breaker blocks and take that as an entry point. I only use for value gaps. I don't use anything else. And if a value gap needs to be below that 50 level, because that 50 level is actually fair value of price, and that's where I take my entry from. If it's above that 50 level, I don't take it, and I want at least a 2.5 R out of my trade. Yeah, and my entries are all limited, so they're all limit orders, so they actually don't have to think about it. That way, I take my entry without thinking. So if the market then hits down, I just take it and I don't overthink it, because your brain, when the market hits this way, your brain can sometimes tell you, yeah, the market is now heading down, instead of the market was already pushing up, and this was the shown that the market wanted to go up. Even though the market is now headed lower, the market shown us before or yesterday that the market wanted to go up. And this strategy has about 58% win rate. Last month was a bit higher, was around 60, 62%. But it pays me consistently between 7 and 20 hours every month. So I don't need anything more than that. I'm very happy with it, what it gives me. And how much an R is, that's for you to decide. Appreciate Veerle for the kind words. Yeah, I try to do it at least twice a week still. Not sure that it's not, it is actually time consuming, but I have some plans that I need to figure out how to do, and this will take me some time to, so like I said, I want to have physical schools. So you'll be able to come here then? That would be different. Because online courses and mentors, there are so many of them at this point, and people don't even know where to look for it anymore. Back 2020, when we started, when everything started, and online mentoring. But today, it's so overwhelming that people don't see the right persons fast enough anymore. Yeah, and I have to increase in a skill. I'm not a good salesperson, so I need to increase in how to sell stuff. So I need to learn a new skill. I like trading, and I'm good at it, but that doesn't mean that you can sell everything. So if I get a human one-on-one with me and I can show them everything, I can convince them. But selling like online and everything, it's not something that I'm very good at. Let me say it like that. But I know every skill is learnable, so I'll just learn the skill and I continue. I'll definitely let everybody know that's in Discord when I get online. I'll make sure that there is a schedule in Discord so that you know when I come and when I can't come. But I'll let the code go out and see which times that you guys are most available, and I'll try to schedule it in so that I can be able to do it. who will be able to do it. But I'll make sure, I'll put a note on my agenda today, and I'll make sure that I at least make an analysis of what I see in the markets that day, so that you guys can have a little bit of a point view where the market heads to. But please, do not just trade off my analysis. Make sure that you do see it for yourself a bit and compare your analysis with me. So that means first do your own analysis and then watch out mine, so that you don't get influenced by how I see the market. I don't see it always correct. I just see it the way that I see it. Sometimes you can be correct, and I wasn't, so I've seen that happen too. But you don't always need to be correct. You just need to be patient until that shows you what it wants to do. So we will probably take out our low right now. But I'm definitely not. I'm definitely making sure that everybody will get everything they need. No, I'm grateful for everybody that learns. I'm always grateful. I learned a lot too by doing this. It also learned me to have patience. Learned me to be to serve people. It also learned me to be content even if there's nobody here. Yeah, have a great work day. Thank you for being here always, Veerle. I learned a lot the last few days from myself, out of myself too. And I learned that I like physical people too. So if we start moving and we take out that structure fully, we will probably have a valley gap then, and then we will take that along to the upside. I do want to see it at least take out this structure's high. And I want to have a valley gap inside, and then we will take that trade up to here. This is why we have patience. We want to see a move in a structure before we do anything. We do not trade these kind of small movements. We do want to have like an expansion. If we have an expansion right now, we have like a 31-point move up. We didn't have this. Like we had like a 15, 20 points. And we've been going sideways now for 2.5 hours, a little bit more than that, almost 3 hours sideways movement. So we probably have some kind of movement very soon. I've seen the market go 12 hours sideways too. So still, like I said, we need that push in the market that will show its hand, and we will have a huge candle then. We will have a valley gap, and then we will jump into it. Until we have that, we will do nothing and just be patient. Enjoy your day, Emily. I'll go take another drink. We still got a few minutes before that 15 minutes is over. Trading analytical business. Okay, we just have a new hour opening. Let's take a look where it's headed. So we got another chopped hour. So we have 1, 2, 3 hours now of choppiness. We didn't do anything. So I want to see us take out this high. If we take out that high, we had a full break of structure. It needs to be actually a candle close. I don't know how. Well, then we will have definitely a fair value gap inside where we can long off. And if you don't have the first one, there will come another one that you can just jump into. My friend, how are you? Anybody joined just this is Azu, our favorite mascot. He's my second best supporter. My best supporter is actually my wife. Yes. Oh, wait. Thank you for saying hello. Yes. This is the reason why we always have patience, because look, we went up, we came down, and then now this candle, you can see it's way different than most of the candles here already. So this shows us that we have definitely some strength to the upside again. But we came in this retracement, so we're still in a retracement route of this break of structure here. So nothing else happened right now. So anything else in between that you believe or see is just noise that you don't need to see. So we just had a break of structure, retracements, and now I want to see this continue to the upside because I was not sure that we would take out this low, yes or no. We could have just jumped in a trade and put our stop at that low. That could have been done too. I just want to be patient until I see that move again, and then we will have a second value gap that we can jump in from. Because London sometimes takes out Asia low and sometimes it doesn't. The good thing is if it does move up and it makes a break of structure, we can actually put our stop at this low then, or at London's low. We don't need to put it all the way down here. So here we can see we had an infrequent candle. This was the last candle down, so it made a small BOS, or actually changing character right here. So this was up, this was a changing character down. We tapped the Valley Gap, we came back, we took a low, we got rejected. We have a new structure to the upside, on a 5-minute base, of course, because this was the last candle. This makes right here, this makes a changing character to the upside. We tapped TP1, so that would be TP1 actually. Now I want to see, do we continue? Because on a 15-minute base, we actually did nothing yet. And that's why I use a 15-minute base, because a 15-minute actually shows you a clear direction. It has about an 80% correct that the market changes its hand. On a 5-minute base, you can actually be a little bit off, a little bit more off. So that's why I'll be patient for that 15-minute structure change. So we need to break this high. Candle body, no wick. So if we do that, then we will have that entry afterwards. Or we need to take out this low. One or the other will happen. And until that happens, I'm not doing anything. Oh yeah, I'm sitting here at least. Just being present is also a very good opportunity. And I always know I have about a 50% chance that I am correct fully directly, but this is not my style, so I don't teach it. I know people that can do this and actually love to do this in a 1-minute based. It's just not me. If you are that kind of trainer, send me a DM. I'll make sure that you find the right people. Say hi to them from me. If you want to learn this full concept and how to move where you actually should be looking for and make sure that you don't have anything, my course is still online for the last of the month. It's only $79, so it's a cheap bargain. Normally I sell it for $7.99, so by the end of the month it goes back to the same price. I will probably not come back to that lower price ever again. So this was just a New Year's gift that I wanted to give to everybody, because I know mentor classes are not cheap, and believe me, I paid my share. The cheapest course that I paid was 3,000 euros, I believe, so this is actually a bargain. And all the information that I ever got about the last 5 years of trading is in it, so. A lot of struggle points are also in it, so people, when people actually keep repeating the same processes. So 1008, no movement yet. It does look like it wants to go up. So you've seen we had a lot of wicks to the downside, so that means that there's a lot of buying pressure. But like I said, I want to see a clear breach of this high. I want to see a candle. And we will have a 15-minute for value gap in this one, and then we will enter and join the movement up. And this is actually what people give a lot to the market too, because they want to trade instantly when they come online, and this is not tradable. So even on a lower time frame, it's almost not tradable because you don't have a direction. And this is where people need to be patient, need to learn to control their edge of wanting to jump in a trade before the plan actually shows itself. And I've done it before, so you're definitely not the only one that does it if you're still doing this. But if you want to be a full-time trader, you definitely need to stop doing it. That's the one thing that you must. There's no choice. It's a must. And if you do that, you'll be good for the rest of the days. And if you have been here for a while, you know that I keep repeating the same things over and over again. So here's a move that I was expecting. So see, now we have a clear candle. And that's just the same direction where this one came from. So retracement, continuation. Where do we head to? Next liquidity tool. And if this is fully correct, so if we are correct that the market continues to move up, we're not ending here. We're going back to this level. And I'll explain why. Because this was the move down. This is the move up. And this was the first candle of retracement down. So this was a new change in character, break of structure. We waited, had patience. I want a candle close above this high now, and I want to see a retracement back into it, and then we go long. And that would be full TP, this high. And that's about 132, 136, 137 points. That's a decent amount. But if we don't have a candle close above this high, we're not doing anything. We want to have a body close above it. Otherwise, it's just a sweep for liquidity, and then we're no part of it. It's just explaining my thought process, why we are actually having patience. And if you have it not easy by having patience, tell yourself in the morning a sentence that you have patience, a lot of them. Or try just sitting here just try to sit at home with your eyes closed for like 5 to 7 minutes without doing anything else than just sitting there and breathing. It will learn you to have patience. Opportunities are there always. The market has here been way before our time, and it will be here after our time soon. So, but if you want to make it in this business, you have to learn to have a huge amount of patience. That's one skill that you cannot and that you have to have. Because if you have like wanting to jump into everything, then I have to say to you, you will not make it in this business. Look, we're not going to jump in a trade for the next, say, another half hour anyways. So we need a 15-minute candle close. And I need a body. So the body needs to close up to here before I do anything. Now we need another 15 minutes to create a value gap. And then and the other 15 minutes will be probably just before 11. that we find an entry. If we get that entry. And if not, that's okay. We go up to the next day. Being present is more important than actually taking the trade. So there was no close yet, but we do see that there is volume in this candle. So we see strength. We take out the wick, and if this candle would have been all the way back down here, I would say, okay, there would be no trading at all. If we now create a value gap and this one closes above and we can tap it, that would be a great entry. So I'll set it out. So this should be, let's see if we create one. And if you know where the market is headed to, it doesn't matter if you don't jump in straight up a trade. So if it even hits to like 25,008, it comes back and then continues. We still got to move until this level. So like 26,000 would be somewhere I take TP. Actually, it's not yet a 15-minute for value gap. This candle needs to close before it actually is. I'm just setting it out that you guys can see it. That's all. Not doing anything yet. We will be online for another probably half hour. We'll see if we find any entries. So the first 12 minutes, we need to be patient until this one closes. Then I need to retrace them in 2 days level, and then we will continue. But sometimes we have like, look, we have a candle up, we have a second one, and it takes about an hour and a half to even retrace back to that level that I want to see. If we moved up here, I would not have entered until this level. So that would have taken about 9 hours before we actually got that entry. And this is just having patience for that entry. And when that entry comes, you just take it, be okay with it. So we still have another 8 minutes before this candle closes, and then we will have that for value gap. We will see if that will get triggered. If it does, that will be our entry. I'll take a quick bathroom break. Can't do anything in the next 8 minutes anyways.
Nice twist. Okay, doing great, guys. Okay. You want this next move? No straddle positions. But it looks like one. Okay. We're gonna go deep into that. Okay? And give me 1, 2, 3, and go. And press. Don't stop. Keep pressing. Come on. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and your last 8. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give me 3 and up. Down, and another one. Step it in, shake it out. Straddle position. Let's go. Straddle position, everyone. Okay, keep it in and make sure that as far as you can. So what? I'll do. Okay, and make sure that you go first and left. Doing that. And that. Press forward. Go. Good. Okay, perfect. You got this.
We got about 5 more minutes until this closes. Then we will have our value gap right here. I do want to see that body close above that wicks high. Otherwise, we just got a rejection again, and that's not something I prefer to see. I do want to see it close. This was that actually structure. So I would love to see this one closed above, and then afterwards a 15-minute move down into it. The good thing is that we have like a small void I seen on a 15-minute candle right here, so we probably will come back all the way down here. Ja, iets is dat niet zo lekker was zeker, of is dat niet zo goed? Oh, funny one. So let's see if we get an entry in the next 5 to 7 minutes. Was ik niet van hier zo, ja. 19 blauw is, of niet meer gekleurd is.
Ja, dat is blauw. Nou, zonder licht is niet blauw.
Het is onderlicht, hè. Het is niet blauw, dus wat dat zeggen.
Ja, maar hij is wel rood. Hij is wel rood, hij is niet blauw.
Oh.
Nee, hier is die blauw, hier is die rood. Oeh. Ik denk niet shit, man. I'm gonna let's do this.
For everybody new to trading, do never trade this kind of market. Just be patient until that edge shows. Always be patient. Look, because right now, we just took a swing high, and it looks like we're gonna go low already. So we didn't even do anything. We just came up, we took a high, took that liquidity. So this is why we have patience until that 15-minute closes its market, and then we can enter. If that doesn't happen, we don't do anything, because now we just had like a swing high, took out the liquidity pool of higher, and then it looks like it wants to go back in it, and it can go all the way back down. So, and then we won't have a trade. And also then be okay with it. You just learned to be very patient then. That's why we are learning, that's why I'm teaching you guys to trade, to have patience. And I had to learn this the hard way. I give it another 15 minutes. If this one closes and actually closes this for value gap, I will not even have an entry before 11, so it's not, yeah, that just closed. So I don't have an entry. So it will not be an online entry right now for me on stream. It's not possible because it takes at least another half hour before we can get any fair value gap. And this can be, the market can do this until 12, 1 or 2 in the afternoon too, because it has news this afternoon, and the market tends to go sideways a bit after a huge news event like CPI. That was yesterday, and today we have also huge news, so the market can just be patient until that news comes, and then takes out both sides like it did yesterday. So it took out highs and lows. So this was CPI. We took out our week's high again. We came down. We took out the lows. We came back up, took out the highs again, and then moved. So we just chopped around. So no body close, no 15-minute fair value gap. Nothing that I can trade off right now. So it will be no trading on stream. I will share it in Discord if I have any, if I find an entry anyways. So everybody in the Discord, just look at my channel. It will be under my name if I put anything onto it. But on stream, there will be no trading. Have a great one, Beaumont. Thank you for being here. So same for the rest. I'll end the stream by this because I will not have an entry in the next 15 or 30 minutes anyways. We need a value gap. So I wish you all a very great trading. I will share in Discord. I will definitely find an entry today. I'll share it and we'll continue it then afterwards. Enjoy the rest of your day and see you all back. On Monday, I'll be streaming again. The rest of the week will be no more streaming for me. And enjoy.